The first half, I felt like we left some chances on the board out there on the field. I wish we would have scored early. We had a chance to get that early touchdown, come back down the field and answer, and we didn't get that done for whatever reason. I don't think it was a issue of a wrong play or whatever. It's just one of those things that we just didn't get it done. Pitch, catch, all that kind of stuff. So it was funny, at the end of the first half, I felt like there were a lot of points that we just kind of left out there. And, so I felt pretty good about where we were for the second half. Kind of came around in the second half. We were able to run the ball more effectively. It looked to me that eventually just kind of warmed down, and the pursuit wasn't necessarily there from them as much in the second half. Our offensive line was really solid in the second half. They made some good plays, created some holes. We minimized putting ourselves behind the sticks, behind the chains, which is what we did in the first half. We had several situations. The first half to me felt like how the second half has been going for us throughout the season. So it's a big play here, and then all of a sudden it's first and 25. It's like, holy cow, how did that just happen? And I walked in at halftime and said, hey, someone here give me the first and 25 call or the second and 20 call that just works every single time. Now, who's got that and knows that it's crickets, and hopefully it made a point that we've got a chance as long as we're along with the sticks. Okay, along with the sticks. We know our defense is good. Let's just not put ourselves in a position where we have to throw it down the field, 25 yards to get a first down. We just want to be able to rush the ball, get in there, throw it, be on target with our throws, make the catches, and then reserve the right to punt if we need to. And that's kind of been the blueprint that's worked for us throughout the year. Like I said, the first half felt like typically a second half, so we're still looking at putting two halves together, but certainly happy to come out with that W. That's a good football team would be today. We're a good football team too, and towards the end, one thing I'll tell you too, I know in closing statement here you guys have questions, but we were able to close it, again, and so for us offensively, even though it's not a rolling ball of Butch and we're not scoring 45 points every week, when the ball's in our court, towards the end of the game, we've found a way to close it. And that, I think, is something that we can hang our hat on a little bit offensively.
Kasey, you mentioned wearing them down. How did you see your guys sort of withstand those first three quarters of not getting there, making some mistakes, and then keeping the composure to do what they did in the fourth quarter?
Well, we talked about it all week long. Coach Gundy hit it right on the head 2 weeks ago. He said this is going to be a fight. It's going to be a four-quarter battle. We're going to throw some punches and connect. They're going to throw some punches and connect. On my tips and reminders, it was, hey, if you get hit, when you get hit, not if, when you get hit, get your ass back up and go swing again. So we knew it was going to be that kind of game. And we were kind of, in a way, looking forward to this kind of game because we just kind of felt like all week long that this was how it was going to go. And it did. So I think our kids just believed all the way through. So it's a really good question because that's how we felt like this thing was going to materialize when we first started talking about it 2 weeks ago.
You ran that speed option quite a bit today, then obviously hit the reverse kind of out of the same play. Were you actively setting that up the whole game, or did it just kind of come naturally that
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to set that up and tee it up. We ran option, a couple weeks ago. It's just it's a natural play that kind of comes off of that option, and then we tried to come back, throwing it back to the quarterback. I wish that would have hit because that would have been a nice little gash, but and got us down into the scoring position. But yeah, it's a good play off of speed. We didn't necessarily run the option play all that much to set up that play as much as we were just hanging our hat on the option. So
the fourth quarter.